Now we turn our focus to a growing concern on our highways, the steady rise in road accidents. From busy expressways to interstate routes, the increasing number of crashes raises serious questions about the effectiveness of existing safety measures and traffic management systems. Now, our current road safety policy is working. What role do enforcement, road conditions, driver behavior, and traffic control play in this troubling trend? And most importantly, what practical steps can be taken to save lives and make our highway safer for everyone? Now, joining us in the studio this morning is the FRSC head of the Corps National Traffic Radio. We have Corps Commander CC Honey Ogundayo, who will be sharing expert insights on highway safety, traffic management strategies, and what road users need to know to stay safe. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for joining us this morning. You're welcome.
Thank you so much. I'm glad to be here.
Absolutely. Now, so far in Nigeria, we've seen so many highway accidents. We've seen so many traffic violations. We've seen things that are going on the roads, and you ask yourself, do Nigerians know what to do on the roads? Now, so far, what do the latest, official statistics reveal about the frequency and severity of highway accidents in Nigeria over the past 5 years? Do you think that they're increasing, decreasing, or at this point plateauing, going up?
Thank you so much. Let me first of all sympathize with Nigerians on the tragic loss, most probably the NUJ, on the tragic loss of 7 journalists. And also the same Monday, the one that happened with Anthony Joshua's team. Yes. On behalf of the Corps Marshal of the Federal Road Safety, I want to sympathize with the people involved and their families. May their souls rest in perfect peace. Okay, coming back to your question, I want to say, start by saying that Nigerians, we should just try. We should just look back, look at what is happening, and let us see how we can improve road safety. Because what we say in FRSC is that road safety is everybody's business. It's not only about FRSC, and I know that FRSC is trying so much in the area of public enlightenment, education, advocacy. We go to everywhere. We go to churches, we go to mosques, we go to motor parks, we go to anywhere we can see human beings. The commercial, goes to all these traditional rulers so that they can speak with their subjects. But what we are now looking at is attitudinal change of people, because these crashes that are happening, we can no longer take it. It's heartbreaking for us.
So you're saying that they're increasing?
Well, I cannot say they are increasing until at the end of this year, when we roll out the data for this year. Okay. That's when we actually know. When we compare this year with that of last year, then we now know maybe they are increasing or they are decreasing. But I want to believe that they are decreasing with the rate at which we do public enlightenment, go to everywhere, talk to people, to have attitudinal change. Because it's not only about enforcement. You may want to enforce, and somebody might want to just pay the money. You can say, okay, for this infraction, your fine is 5,000. The person will just give out the 5,000. But it's not about that. We want attitudinal change. We want people to be intentional. We want people to make up their mind that you will not kill somebody on the road, and you not allow somebody to kill you on the road.
I'm talking about attitudes of drivers and Nigerians. Let's look at speeding on major highways. I mean, we have seen the accident that happened on Monday, and the Federal Road Safety Corps came out to say that it was due to overspeeding. That is why those accidents happened. So what measures are in place? What measures are you people putting in place to educate Nigerians, to let them know that overspeeding on highways, it's not a good thing, because you're putting your life at risk and also the life of others? And, if the Federal Road Safety Corps has been able to put those measures on ground, do you do a routine check to make sure that, people have been able to understand the reason why they should not overspeed on the roads?
Thank you very much. If you look at the road, mostly the expressway, you see that the feasibility of FRSC officials is high on the road. And when traveling, when you see an FRSC official, what's supposed to come to your mind is safety. you think of safety immediately. You know, when some people see us on the road, that's when they want to put on their seat belt. I will say it's not about seeing people on the road. It's not about the road safety you are seeing on the road. It's about your own life. So we are trying to talk to people. Most importantly, we talk to them. We appeal to their conscience. We go to everywhere, just like I've said, where we can see them, to tell them the reason to stay alive. Because, you know, when we have good roads, crashes can occur. So also when we have bad roads, crashes can also occur. So it depends on your own mindset. What are you actually out to achieve? Are you thinking of other road users, just like yourself? Because, you know, the road is a shared asset. It's not for just only one person. So when you are on the road, think of other people. That's why we advise in FRSC that when you are driving, you concentrate. Don't let anything distract you. Because we have seen that form of distraction is so high on people. They can be dancing. You know, some people can be eating. Some people can be gisting. They can be talking. But you have to remain focused. Then coming to the issue of receiving phone calls, you know, it really distracts people so much. And we are advising them, enough of all this killings on the road. We can no longer take it. It's heartbreaking for us.
All right. Now, speaking of, you know, factors that may cause road accidents on the highways, like my colleague made mention, overspeeding is part of it. And you made mention as well of how the people have to change their attitude. Now, so far, what are the top, you know, 3 documented causes of highway accidents in Nigeria? Would it be human error, vehicle condition, or road infrastructure so far? And, you know, how can people make sure that these factors are avoided?
Okay, thank you. Before going to that, let me quickly add that, you know, there's something that we used to say in FRSC, that speed thrills, but it kills. You know, at times when people are speeding, you know, they are excited, but at the same time we ask, who are you trying to impress when you are speeding? So please think of that. Majorly, we have 3 causes of road crashes. We have the human factor, we have the environmental factor, we have the mechanical factor. But out of the 3, we see that human factor have taken 85%. Then the remaining 50% is between the environmental and the mechanical factor. So talking about the human factor, the human is the driver. So just look at it this way. When you are on the road, have you planned your journey? Did you really consider, okay, I'm going for a long journey. What are your plans? Have you checked your vehicle? Have you been to your mechanic? Have you serviced your vehicle? Maybe you are hearing a particular sound on your vehicle. Have you taken time to see what kind of sound is this? Then when you are going on the road, are you concentrating? Is your mind divided? Are you mentally sound? Are you okay? Is it that you fought somebody before leaving the house and you say, okay, or you've not rested? We also see that fatigue is one of the reasons that kill people on the road. They've been traveling for so long. That's why when we stop them on the road, some people say, why are you stopping? Why are you stopping? We try to stop some people at times to even ask about their journey. We want to know where you're coming from. Maybe you are coming from a long journey. We advise you, have you taken a rest? Maybe you can just stretch your legs and come out of your vehicle, take water, just wipe your face. You know, we say that you cannot cheat nature. Talking about people that are driving through the night, from morning till night, you need to rest. There is resting time. Get to a safe place. And, you know, if it's night already, please try to sleep at a safe place and continue with your journey the following day.
Now, many drivers have complained about, you know, the conditions of the roads. We have potholes, there's not enough street lights, most especially at night, you know, and then driving for them can be, you know, a little bit difficult. So how much do, you know, road conditions contribute to accidents, and how does the Federal Road Safety Corps work with road agencies to fix these danger points once they are being noticed?
Okay. Thank you very much. You know, earlier when I was talking, I talked about that, you know, we can have good roads that crashes can occur. So also we can also have bad roads that crashes can occur. And we must also appreciate federal government. You see that most of the roads are being fixed. So when they are fixing the road, please, as a road user, as a driver, probably it's a road that you even know too well. Why can't you take time? Maybe when you are overtaking at a corner, you know, you don't know what lies ahead. Probably a tree has fallen on the road. You wouldn't know. So you need to apply caution. Slow down, slow down. You know, last year theme of this our special operation is passengers should speak out and it's still very, very relevant. When you are inside a commercial vehicle or even a private vehicle, and you see that the driver is going at a particular speed, that you feel that the driving becomes so reckless, you need to caution him, slow him down or slow her down, depending on the person. So then also this year, we say take personal responsibility for your safety. Probably you are driving and avoid distracted driving. You are on a road, either the road is even a bad road. Then you slow down your speed. We have stipulated speed limits, but at times we have to use common sense speed limits when you get to a particular portion of the road. Either the road is too good or the road is too bad. Just slow down, apply caution.
All right. Now, let's look at the government and policy when it comes to accountability and action.
Sorry. Then we have collaboration with FEMA. You know, at the end of every month, there's a report that we do, you know, where there are potholes, where there are this. We used to write our reports. Yes, we have collaboration.
All right. Now, at this point, what national policies exist specifically to reduce highway accidents, and how often are they reviewed and updated?
Yes, you know, talking about this, you know, road safety, just like I said, is everybody's business. So every government of every state is very much interested in road safety. Most only the national policy. Then we have a particular, let me say, a particular this that involves all the state governments. We call it NRSS. That's road safety policy, talking about putting everybody together to make some policies to see that everybody is safe on the highways. Then from our own part, you know, our commercial, when it came in, he talked about digitalizing all our operations. So most of the things that we do, you know, it has been digitalized, and we are still looking forward to more, you know, to have maybe cameras on the road. If you see our men on the road, we see them with body cam. You know, that one is enough to tell you that we are doing something, to show that we see everything that is happening as we are in the office. Those people that are on the road, we see what they are doing on the road. Then we also have a particular number that we call 122. If you call this number, if there's a crash at any place, then there's a crash, you can easily call the number. It's toll-free line 122. You can call it from any of the networks. Then it will get to FRSC office. We quickly call the nearest command to quickly go and rescue those people, because we have seen that most people, maybe they didn't get help in time. Maybe that's why they can die in a crash. Just imagine this crash that happened on Monday to Anthony Joshua. You know, our people get there within 3 minutes of getting the information. So those are the things that we do.
Now, looking at some of the factors, we would identify that a lot will say most Nigerians do not have a valid driver's license. And for you to have a valid driver's license, for you to obtain a driver's license, you would have to have gone through a driving school, get a driver's permit, and all the processes that is needed. So how is the FRSC making sure that people are going according to book, making sure that they do obtain their driver's license and not drive without a license?
You see, that driving license is the document that permits you to drive on the road. So if anybody, you know, in case there's any crash, the first thing they will ask you, are you licensed to drive? Then we have seen cases of underage drivers on the road. We stop them, we arrest them, and make sure. That's why we advise parents, if you have cars, don't say you are giving it to your son of maybe 15 years, maybe because he has grown, so to say. But, you know, driving comes with maturity. You know, before you can obtain your driver's license, you must be 18 years. That's to drive a car, and to drive maybe a truck, you must be 26 years. And you must get to a driving school first. You must go for your 26 sections. But what we have seen is that some people, they will just feel like, okay, because there are cars at home, let me just start it. No, it doesn't work like that. We make sure that every driver that we see on the road is a licensed driver. That's why at times we stop you, we ask you, where's your driver's license? Are you licensed to drive? Because it's a traffic, it's against traffic regulation for you to be driving without your driver's license. Sure. So we make sure that everybody follow the due process to get their driver's license.
All right, we have situations where you would see road accidents due to being under the influence. How do we make sure that people are held accountable when they do drive under the influence? In some countries, we see them having breathalyzers to ascertain if someone is under the influence or not. And So far, I don't think we do have that in Nigeria, but how do we make sure that we can identify those kind of people and make sure that they're stopped from driving and causing more accidents on the roads?
Yes, we do have breathalyzers, we have aqualizers that we used to know. Just like when I started, I said we used to go to motor parks. Then that one, we used to use it on them. Or maybe when we meet them on the road, we just say, okay, breathe into this thing. Let us see, maybe you are all right. Then at the same time, passengers inside the vehicle, they also have a role to play. Because probably, you know, when you started the journey, maybe from the going out of the park, maybe there is no road safety official there. You yourself, that you are inside the vehicle, you need to think about it. Maybe you are perceiving smell or this odor of alcoholic drinks from the driver. You have to stop the driver. You have to complain at the park. But if it's after you have left the park and you met our officials on the road or any of the sister agencies, please complain. Let them know that so person is under the influence. It might be under the influence of drugs. You know, some people, they will not exhibit that. Then, you know, there is something that is even funny. When you get to most of the parks, you don't even know your driver. True. Until maybe when the vehicle is filled up and they will just call him from somewhere, then he will just enter the vehicle. So it's possible that at that point, you don't even know, maybe the guy is even under the influence. But as you are going on the road, please, in case you see any official of the FRSC or any of the sister agencies, you can stop them to complain, lodge your complaint. Don't wait there till there will be a crash before we start complaining. So it's very important. So we do test them with these aqualizers and these breathalyzers.
All right, then let's take a look at, you know, the use of technology. Now, in many countries, we have speed cameras. When, you know, someone is speeding, I mean, a camera is there to get you. You don't even have to start speaking a lot of grammar to explain yourself and what have you. But we want to know if, you know, the Federal Road Safety Corps has a technological method to be able to track people that are overspeeding on highways.
Yes, when I started, you know, I talk about digitalizing our operations is part of what the Corps Marshal is looking into. And that one is for the management. They are looking into it already. And I'm sure someday we get there.
How soon?
Very soon.
Okay.
Very soon.
We hope so.
Yes.
All right. Now, aside from the technology, we have to still look at our infrastructure when it comes to our roads. And as you made mention earlier that there's some bad roads that are being fixed, but still there's some issues when it comes to having those bad roads or roads that are being under construction, and those as well are hazardous when it comes to driving on the highway. And looking at that, how do you advise drivers to conduct themselves when they approach those kind of terrains?
Yes, when you are approaching, maybe there's a site that there's road construction and there's supposed to be sign even before you approach that particular place. Please be very, very careful. Be extremely careful at such portions of the road, because, you know, there's no need, there's no point speeding. Where are you actually going? You have to think about it. Your loved ones are waiting for you at home. So when you are approaching all these places, firstly, there must have been sign there. Even if there are no signs, you yourself that you are approaching such road, maybe it's a terrain that you are familiar with, you need to apply caution. Let's not talk about if it's even a terrain that you are not familiar with. That's the more reason you must be extremely careful when you are approaching all these construction sites. And meanwhile, we've told them to put different signs to alert road users. That's why at times when you see even people that are driving their own vehicles, you know, in case there's a breakdown, they don't have sea caution inside their own vehicle to even alert other road users that, okay, there's a broken down vehicle at a corner. It's very important. So it's a two-way traffic. As those construction people on the road, they have these their signs. You yourself, that you're even driving your vehicle, you're supposed to also have this sea caution to put on the road in case you have a breakdown of vehicle. Now,
you said earlier that safety is everyone's business. Now, so far, what safety concerns do regular highway travelers raise most often, and how have authorities responded to those concerns? Okay, you mean as the travelers, what do they talk about? Yes, what concerns have they raised, yes. Okay, you see, part of the concerns that we have had, or part of the crashes that have even happened this season that we have seen mostly is what we call lone crash or lone crashes, the one that we just
happened, by the vehicle itself without maybe having an head-on collision with another vehicle. So all those ones now, at times you think about it, is it that the person is under maybe a particular substance, maybe the person have taken some substances, or maybe, the person is so tired, the person have been driving for so long, or at times then you wouldn't know, somebody is even driving and sleeping at the same time on steering, then people that overloaded their vehicles. So the other people at the back, or people that just have a breakdown and they leave it in the middle of the road. So it's a lot of concern for other road users, because they'll be wondering what is happening. What is happening in the front? You cannot get to the front to see what is happening, but a vehicle has broken down in the middle of the road and the person just left it there and just walked away. So this one is not good enough.
Another concern for me is the use of seatbelt, and you spoke about creating awareness. I mean, the FRSC, do this creation of awareness to people and all of that. But when you look at interstate journeys, people still don't wear their seatbelts, and I don't know why that is a major problem for Nigerians. Now, with the awareness that your call is giving to Nigerians, how do you assess if they are following up with this awareness? And really, what really is the problem with Nigerians and wearing their seatbelts? Maybe you'll be able to tell us this morning, since we have you here.
Okay, part of what I see in that is that people feel that what's supposed to help you in terms of safety, they see it as something that is very inconveniencing to them. Most people, it's only when they see road safety on the road, they struggle with their seatbelt. And let me tell you, funny enough, the seatbelt will not even answer them at that particular time. It will just hook. So please, we are appealing, because we have seen that seatbelt saves lives. It has saved so many lives, because in case you are not wearing your seatbelt and there is a crash or there's an emergency, you can be thrown out of the vehicle just like that. But we have seen cases whereby, because they are strapped with their seatbelt, then they have been saved. So it's an appeal. This is another medium of appealing to people to use their seat belts, because it saves lives. Anywhere we go to, we tell them, we talk to them, but most people, they are just nonchalant. They just feel that it's not today we have been doing that, but there will be some day that's but we are not praying for such days. So we are appealing to them. Please make sure that you use your seat belt, and not only the people in the front, also the people at the back. You must all use your seat belts.
All right, now, before we go, at this point, which foreign road safety models could be adopted to Nigeria's context to be able to make sure that Nigerians go according to book, our highways are safer, and we have less accidents?
Well, let me first of all start. They say charity begins at home. Let me say that road safety is even model. Road safety in Nigeria, we are model to African countries, because many people have been coming to us to want to learn from us, to see how we are doing it and how we get to this level. Then talking about the ones that we can emulate, I think the commercial is going about, visiting some countries to know what they are doing in order to bring it back home to us.
Okay, talking about emergency response, another complaint from Nigeria is the fact that, after these major highway crashes, do happen, victims sometimes wait for a very long time before they get responses from, the FRS. So what is the average response time on the highway during accident, and what steps are being taken to improve rescue and emergency care?
Yes, thank you very much. Talking about rescue is something that we don't joke about when it comes to rescue in FRSC. Immediately we get the information. Immediately, we have prompt rescue, just like the case that happened on Monday. It took us just 3 minutes to get there. That's why we say it's everybody's business. If you are traveling on the road, you have seen a crash, it's your duty to call us on this number 122, because the response time within the highest, maybe 10 minutes, if it's a very far place, but between 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes, we are there.
Okay, and the number is 122?
122. You can call it on any of the networks.
So when it comes to response, is there any collaboration with, the ambulances and the police as well, or any other agency that is meant to be at the scene?
Yes, we work together with all those people, all the stakeholders, all the ambulances. Then we have the rescue team. They work 24/7. They don't close. The rescue team of FRSC, we are always on ground 24 hours duty.
All right.
Yes.
Is there any other thing you would like to add, any tip for Nigerians so that they know that, you know, the Federal Road Safety Corps, they're doing their best in making sure that these crashes don't happen? And then what should, you know, Nigerians also do to, you know, add up in terms, because when it comes to road safety, it's not the job alone of the Federal Road Safety Corps, it's a collective thing.
Yes, thank you very much. The first thing I will say to people, maybe probably they want to travel, is to first of all check their vehicles. Make sure your vehicle is in good order. Go to your mechanic, service your vehicle, check everything, listen to the sound of your vehicle, then listen to your body. Because you that you want to drive, you must be mentally sound. Don't wait till you break down. Maybe you are having this headache and you feel that your body is telling you not to drive. You say, let me just manage it. We have been managed. There's nothing that you can manage when it comes to the issue of safety. Make sure that you have your fire extinguisher. Make sure that your tires are not expired. Make sure you don't indulge in drunk driving. Make sure you don't indulge in overloading, you know, mixed loading, that is mixing human beings together with cows, together with goods. You know, that one is another. Make sure you don't sit on the height of a vehicle. You know, we have seen that some people or sit at the back of a pickup. You know, some people, they take so many risks, which are not okay with us, and we are appealing to them. Please make sure that everything, make sure you have your side mirrors, make sure you have your driver's license, make sure your wipers are working. You know, in some places it's still raining. Some people can say, no, the rains are gone. No. So nothing is small when it comes to the issue of vehicle. And we want everybody to drive safely into this year, 2026. So as you are going on the road today, if you want to travel, make sure you plan your journey. Maybe from here, this is Abuja, you are traveling to Lagos. Don't start the journey around 11 o'clock in the morning. Start as early as 7 o'clock and try as much as possible not to indulge in night driving, because the feasibility will be very poor.
All right, as you said, we're going into 2026. What should we expect from the Federal Road Safety Corps moving into the new year?
Yes, you should expect safety from us, and we also expect cooperation from people as we go about preaching the gospel of safety to everybody. Please, if you hear it, also help us tell another person. Because as we go about, maybe we're at a particular garage today, some people will listen to us. When you get home, tell another person. We also go to schools to go and catch them young. We have road safety clubs in schools, so we go to everywhere that we can talk to people. Just like we said, it's a collective responsibility of everybody. So in case you have listened to me today, you can also tell another person. Please, these are the do's and don'ts. Don't overspeed when you are on the road. Do the right thing. Obey the rules and regulations guiding the highway so that we can all have it fine.
All right, one more thing before we go. I know that Nigerians are very defiant when it comes to obeying the traffic light. What do you have to say to Nigerians?
Okay, you know, there's something they call integrity. It's not only when somebody is looking at you.
Absolutely.
Don't wait till road safety is just by your side before you do the right thing. I've seen so many people break the traffic lights. They will, immediately it's showing that they just look here and they will just go like that. It's not good like that, because you wouldn't know what will happen. You know, a boy can be coming after a ball. Also, just a minute or a second that you remove your eyes from the road, anything can happen. So that's why you must concentrate. When you see the traffic light showing green, you must make sure that it's safe to go, because some reckless drivers, they can just still go in or some people, they can just cross the road anyhow. That's why we must also tell pedestrians to make sure they use the bridges. Government have put so much money in place to build the bridges for them, so they must also use the bridges. Don't just run across the road just like that.
Okay, another thing, I need clarity, and I also know that Nigerians need clarity, because we keep talking about, I don't want to say we're shifting the blames to the drivers. Now let's come to the road safety officers, right? I have seen in, different times, and I've also heard that, when these road safety officers get to catch any driver not going through the rules and regulations while on the road, they tip them. And these drivers now have this mentality that it's just a tip. I don't think I should, follow the rules and regulation. When I'm being caught, it's just to talk to the officer. We're all Nigerians now. I take this and all of that. How is the Federal Road Safety Corps able to educate those officers in the system that are indulging in such act?
Thank you very much. They call Mashadas Malam Shehu Mohammed, MNI, and the management team, they have zero tolerance for bribery and corruption on the road. And we used to guide our officers, we have in-house training for them. We want them to see themselves as professionals. Because if you collect money from somebody and the person just go ahead to have a crash and the person died in that crash, it means you have killed that person. So we have this training for our men, and we educate them that when they go on the road, they should be professional. Nobody is expected to collect any money from anybody.
Okay, good.
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much, Corps Commander CC Honey Ogundayo, for being here, who is the head of the Corps National Traffic Radio. Thank you so much for sharing your insight and expertise on highway safety and traffic management.
Thank you for
so
speaking
much
with us.
Thank you.